Some post for you, Poirot.
Mr. Hercule Poirot, you fancy yourself, don't you, at solving mysteries that are too difficult for our poor thick-head British police. Let us see, Mr. Clever Poirot, just how clever you can be. Perhaps you'll find this nut too hard to crack. Look out for handover on the 21st of the month. Yours extra, A, B, C.
Oh, it's some sort of joke.
Maybe, but please remind me to inform Chief Inspector Japp.
It's here, Poirot. The murder took place in this street. Grim place indeed.
Tout à fait, Hastings. The streets of Andover are in a terrible state.
Look, there's Chief Inspector Japp. He's talking with a policeman.
Let us try not to get our shoes wet. Dash! A puddle! How clumsy!
Over here, it's Hastings and Poirot. You missed the 9 o'clock train?
We took the 10:30. Luckily, the service is good to Andover.
So, Chief Inspector, what do we have?
The victim is called Alice Asher. She owned this tobacco shop. She was killed yesterday with a blow to the back of the head.
At what time?
Let me just check.
Is Japp being too relaxed? Let us find the clues that prove it.
Poirot, my friend, give me a minute to find the damn notebook.
Is Japp being too relaxed? Let us find the clues that prove it. Japp is in a good mood. I bet he thinks he's already caught the culprit.
The last customer to see Mrs. Asher alive left her shop at 5:30. The body was found at around 11 in the evening by an officer doing his rounds. The shop door was open. That's what alerted him.
Had anything been taken?
A little tobacco maybe, but you'd hardly murder for a few smokes. There's nothing of any real value in the shop.
What type of woman was Mrs. Asher?
In her 50s. Married but separated. No children.
Her husband?
Aha, Franz Asher, the husband. Alcoholic and violent. It's said that he regularly insulted his wife and threatened to kill her.
A little too easy, don't you think?
You like complications, don't you? Well, this time you may be disappointed.
Peut-être. May I examine the crime scene?
Of course, old chap.
I'll be with you in a minute, Poirot.
It's not just any railway guide. It's an ABC. It's open at the letter A. There are no prints on the book. Red liquid is oozing out. Is it blood? No, it's just some strawberries that are losing their juice. They probably come from the fruit and vegetable shop opposite. She just has one wound on the back of the head. There are no other wounds or signs of a struggle. This poor woman's head is resting in a very even-shaped pool of blood. I can't see any other mark on the floor. The body is hidden by the counter and is not visible from the tobacco shop store. Many customers might have thought that Mrs. Asher had popped out. She has a packet of Play cigarette next to her hand. Did she drop it when she fell? The till does not appear to have been touched. I have to check that nothing is missing from it. Something is preventing the drawer from opening. It would be best to examine the rest of the till. It is blocked by something. A mechanism has... The till is full of money, but there is something strange. Something is hidden underneath. Something is hidden underneath. I need to find the code. I need to find the code. This must be the key to the back of the shop. Red liquid is oozing out. No, it's just... The counter is covered with fingerprints all on top of one another. Unfortunately, it will not be possible to use them. There are cigarettes packets in a mess on the shelf. The door is locked. The door is locked. Blood. Did Alice Asher suffer from nosebleeds? An inscription in German. Souvenir of our honeymoon in the Black Forest. To my Alice forever, Franz Asher. The Ashers were a lovely couple when they were young. It is blocked. It is blocked. Such a pretty decoration should be at the center of the motif to respect the symmetry. The wooden flower is preventing the circle from turning. wooden flower is preventing the circle from turning. The wooden flower is preventing the circle from turning. The wooden flower is preventing the circle from turning. The wooden flower is preventing the circle from turning. The wooden flower is preventing. The wooden flower is preventing. heard a faint sound as if something was unlocked. It is blocked. These drawings appear to be attached to the chest of drawers. They won't move. These drawings appear to be attached. These drawings appear to... These drawings appear to be... These drawings appear to be attached to the chest of drawers. They won't move. From Mr. Adam Flint, Royal Bank, Eastfield Road, Andover. To Mrs. Alice Asher, 5 Bishops Road, Andover. Dear Mrs. Asher, further to your request of 12 February 1935, I have informed my superiors of your wish to apply for a loan to acquire the lease of the shop you rent from Mr. Fairfax. Despite the seriousness of your case, I regret to inform you that your request has been denied. The amount of your personal contribution, £11, is not high enough and represents too small a part of the final transaction. I remain at your disposal for any questions. Adam Flint. Mrs. Asher's meager savings were not enough for her to own the tobacco shop, but will largely cover her funeral costs. Medicine. Laudanum-based cough medicine, Mrs. Asher, and Dover-Morley Laboratory, London. It's strange to find such an elaborate medicine from a leading London laboratory in the home of such a modest woman. What a strange box. It looks like you have to slide the slats of wood to open it. It is blocked. This button appears to activate the mechanism. It is blocked. It is blocked. That should do it. Who is this young woman? To my dear Aunt Alice, Mary Drower.
Have you found anything?
The victim has a niece. We must find her. I've finished with this subject. This interior is very simple. Mrs. Asher lived very simply. The place is unusually tidy for a crime scene. Nothing suggests any sign of a fight.
So, Poirot, any news?
So, an ABC guide with no fingerprints, but prints all over the counter.
Normally, the tobacco shop does not sell ABC guides.
Exact. Mon ami, could you have a word with the neighbors? Some may have seen something.
Of course, my friend, I'll do it straight away.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work. The motive is definitely not financial gain. There is no sign of a struggle, and the till has not been forced or emptied. I think I've looked everywhere here. Let us see if I can find any more information in the shop's surroundings.
Fourpence a letters, a lovely large letters, 4p only.
This woman appears to be a smoker. She's a big smoker. She must have been a customer at the tobacco shop. How much are your lettuce, please?
A lettuce? That'll be 5p, kind sir.
5 pence?
That's right. Maybe so it's slightly hard of hearing.
I heard you shouting, a lovely large lettuce, 4 pence only, earlier.
Did I? Well, I must have been mistaken. Begging your pardon. But if I said 4, it's 4. Why not take 2 for 8?
No, thank you. I was only asking. Did you know Alice Asher well?
And for starters, who are you?
I'm Hercule Poirot, the detective.
Tch, you're foreign, that's for sure, with your accent and your odd way about you. And you're here about Alice's murder, I suppose. Well, I've nothing to say to you.
Did you speak to the victim yesterday?
No, I never saw her.
Please try and help me, madame.
Why should I help you? For your beautiful moustache? Heh. Come on, move along now. You're scaring away my customers.
Please, do not be ridiculous. I know that you went to the tobacco shop yesterday.
Well?
It is your duty to tell me if you saw something unusual.
Who do you think you are telling me what to do? Get away from my stall!
A bottle of poor quality vinegar. The smell could awaken the dead.
You again? I've nothing to say. Strawberries, 6p a pound!
Hey, Poirot. Is the greengrocer causing trouble? I'll sort her out.
No, please, leave her, Chief Inspector. I'll get her to talk later.
I found the victim's niece. She's waiting for you in the back of the shop.
Thank you, mon ami. I'll question her. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work. Mrs. Asher was killed here. The absence of marks in the shop and the regular shape of the blood stains indicated beyond a doubt. Jap had the body removed out of respect for the victim's niece. His attention is commendable. Is her grief sincere? She appears to be very upset. She's dressed in mourning. She looks fragile. You were very fond of your aunt, am I right?
She was the only family I had since my mother died.
Your aunt did not have any children, is that correct?
No, she was separated from her husband.
What do you think about Franz Asher, your aunt's husband?
He never left her alone. Poor aunt. She used to drop by all the time and make a scene.
Was your aunt afraid of her husband?
He shouted a lot, but she wasn't afraid of him. Why, he used to slink away when she turned on him. He was afraid of her, if you like.
Did your aunt enjoy good health?
She had a bad throat, but she was well cared for by a doctor in London.
Does Franz Asher work?
All he's done for years is drink and gamble, but he used to be a very good cabinet maker.
What does he live on?
My aunt used to give him 5 shillings a week.
Why did she support such a goods for nothing?
He was her husband. She couldn't leave him with nothing.
I understand. You have been of great assistance, mademoiselle. Please take this young lady home.
My pleasure.
Well, this Franz Asher does not seem to be quite so dangerous as Jap says. And since Alice Asher gave him money regularly, it was not in his interest to kill her.
We have to wait for him to sleep it off. He's all yours, Poirot. There are a few things I need to check.
There must be some way of sobering him up.
I wonder what his wife used to do. He must have scared the customers away.
A bottle of poor quality vinegar. It's Alice Asher's notebook. Ah, that's interesting. It probably contains information about our possible debtors and creditors. Bodley. The fruit seller has debts too. She will probably be more cooperative thanks to this piece of information. Mary Drower was telling the truth. Mrs. Asher regularly gave money to her alcoholic husband. A box of new stockings. He's not in any condition to be questioned. I have to find a way to sober him up.
Strawberries, 6 pence a pound.
I am accusing you of the murder of Mrs. Asher.
What? It wasn't me.
According to the victim's account book, you owed her £10 for tobacco and magazines.
That's a lie. She owed me £1. I swear.
Now, please be so kind as to explain this.
Look at my account book. Alice owed me £11 for fruit and vegetables. I may have had a slate at her shop, but she had one at mine. She owed me £1. And that reminds me I have to get it back from her niece.
That is quite enough. Your account book has saved you, but I might ask Chief Inspector Japp to throw you in the cells for 1 or 2 nights while he checks your entries. You want to go to prison?
Prison? Now that's not fair. I haven't done nothing.
In that case, I am counting on your full collaboration.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Listen, I didn't kill Alice, I swear. But it's true that I did go to the shop yesterday.
At what time?
6 o'clock. She left me a note saying she wanted some strawberries if I got some. I received them late, about 6. So I took them over to her.
But you did not see her.
She wasn't in the shop, so I just put the strawberries on the counter and left.
Did you see anything unusual in the shop?
No. Well, maybe one thing. There was a railway guide on the counter. Alice didn't sell them. Maybe it's the customer who left it there.
You were not alarmed?
I thought Alice had just gone to get her medicine from her room and that she'd be straight back.
You mentioned medicine.
Something for her cough. She used to take it a lot.
Who do you think killed her?
France. Her scoundrel of a husband. He was always after her for something. Well, he's a foreigner. Sorry, sir. What I mean is he's German. That's even worse.
Did you see Franz Asher enter the tobacco shop late yesterday afternoon?
Well, no. But at that time of the day, the streets are packed, and I have better things to do than watch her shop.
I'll just borrow your bottle a moment.
Take it. It's what Alice used to sober up her husband. But try not to empty the bottle.
I knew it.
Now try and get our brand cells to work.